What's up, friends and foes? Welcome to Let's Get Nerdy. My name is Corey.
I'm Wyatt, and this is Go-Go-Godzilla, the series we go through every movie in the Godzilla franchise to decide which one of them truly is king of them all. Today's entry is Godzilla versus Megaguirus.
That's right, we're going all the way back to now. This time, the movie did actually come out in the year 2000. So
yeah.
We're going all the way back to 2000 for a movie, I guess, getting into the history that I don't have a lot of history with. This was a movie that I know I have seen, and I had forgotten almost everything because my mind was fucking blown for almost this whole fucking movie.
Yeah, that's very understandable. I kind of talked about my history with in the last video. There's not much.
Yeah.
I had seen bits and pieces of it. I remember seeing a part as a kid, and I remember, I watched a part on Pluto TV when they still had the Godzilla channel. And I have some beef with Pluto right now. But we can get into that later.
Well, I'm
do it now? Okay.
I'm curious now.
So, I tried to watch this on Pluto TV today after I got home from work. Found it, got it. They have some you can just, stream.
Yeah.
For free. So, right out of the gate, I know this is free. They're gonna have ads, right? Mm-hmm. The first 30 minutes of this movie, no ads. So I kind of forgot about it. And then for the next every 15 minutes or 20 minutes maybe of the movie, they would hit ads fucking crazy. And it was 2 or 3 minutes of just straight ads. I don't know. I would have paid to just rent the damn thing at this point. It was just oh my god.
You know what's funny about that? Because same thing, because I had to watch it on Pluto. That is actually, I have not watched this movie without ads, because this was one of the movies I mentioned watching a bunch of the Godzilla movies on Crackle.com as a kid. This was one of the movies that I watched on Crackle, and that's probably why I don't remember much, because there were so many ads. Crackle, it was literally an ad every 10 minutes.
Oh my god.
So it would literally, this movie is an hour and 40 minutes.
It's an hour and 46 or something like that, I think.
It took 3 hours to watch it.
It felt like
because so many ads.
Yeah, it felt like it took so much longer, and I feel like that helped me be late to this filming that we're doing right now.
I will say, I guess another part of history is this is another villain or Godzilla rival, or however you want to say it, that my history is actually more from the video games, because Megaguirus, I don't know if it was in Destroy All Monsters, but he was in, or it was in Godzilla Save the Earth.
Oh,
and it was not a fun monster to play as.
I can see that
compared to the other ones. So
I guess to kind of finish my history with it, I watched I watched it as a kid while it was on in the background whilst I was playing with toys or some shit. I don't really remember a lot of it, and then I watched it on Pluto TV, like I just said. Not the most recent viewing, but a few months ago I had seen a clip of it or part of it on Pluto TV. My god, my words are not working tonight. It was the scene when he's swimming in the ocean. So
okay,
based on those two memories of the film, it felt like two very different movies in my mind. And I also, for the longest time, thought that Megaguirus and Batra were the same thing, because I'd never seen those movies really, and then they just seemed like evil bug guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else with it, any other history with it.
I don't either. So with that, Wyatt, I believe instead of history at this point, you have 5 different facts.
I do. I don't know if quick is becoming the most accurate term anymore, because they seem to take a while to get through, but these days. So we have a new director this time around. Oh dearie me, I apologize. Masaki Tezuka, I think I said that okay.
Yeah.
Is the director. This one was released on November 3rd of 2000, and for the Tokyo International Film Festival. It was released November 16th of 2000, just to theaters in Japan. I didn't see the release date for the American release, but I also didn't really look that hard either. So
I think this is one that might not have had an official one. I think this is one that came like in the form of a Blu-ray combo pack like years later type.
I did see something about a Blu-ray pack with, oddly enough, Destroya, and this one were released as like a dual Toho pack or something,
Which makes no fucking sense.
It doesn't make. These are two very different entries. I mean, but so number 3, our director Tezuka, he worked as an assistant on Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, and was wanting to make his own movies and wanting to make something that was similar to Aliens, because it was around that time when Mechagodzilla 2 had come out and stuff, and that was Aliens is like
iconic,
literally
one of the greatest movies ever made,
ever of all time. So one of our main cast members, Yuriko Hashi, she was in 2 other Godzilla movies.
Yeah, she was only in 2?
And that was only 2 I could find on her film list, on her movie.
Because I thought so.
Yes.
I thought she was. I thought she was the psychic. Was she not?
No, she was not.
Okay. Good.
Good.
Okay.
So the 2 previous Godzilla entries that she was in was Mothra versus Godzilla.
Okay.
And Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster.
Wait, all the way.
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about the older scientist lady?
Yeah, the older scientist lady.
Oh.
Yeah, not the young lady.
I think the younger lady is who I'm talking about, who I think might be from the other ones.
Oh, it may be the same actress, but
I'll have a note somewhere in here.
That didn't even register.
Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers.
I don't think it's the same person. But,
okay, let's move on.
So, I didn't get a 5th one. That's funny. I must have forgot that. My bad.
I guess, 5th fun fact.
Fun 5th fact.
This is the second usage of the Godzilla 2000 suit.
Hey, you right.
It's not the same one.
Yeah, you right. There you go.
There you go.
Official.
It's not the same Godzilla, I don't know.
It's the same suit, different continuity.
Yeah, which is
kind of odd.
Which is very odd because there's nothing, I don't know. I feel like they could have easily just made this a sequel to Godzilla 2000.
It could have been.
So I mean, with that, we'll start getting into our thoughts here about the movie itself. Wyatt, what did you think about Godzilla versus Megaguirus with your first official full viewing?
So I guess one note that it hit pretty hard for me God, I'm so sorry, I can't talk tonight. One thing that I really enjoyed about the movie, I know, was the suit.
Yeah.
It was really cool to see another entry with this suit, because this is my favorite look for Godzilla, and I think this movie reaffirmed that for me, that this is my favorite look for Godzilla. I think it was cool that there was more shots of it in the daytime, whereas in Godzilla 2000, it's more nighttime based. I think when he's on screen. So that was cool. I love to see that. It's such a great suit to me. Great look for Godzilla. But I guess kind of first thoughts about a full entry or full watch of this movie. I have very mixed feelings on it.
Oh really?
Honestly, yeah. I really liked the beginning of it. When they had the gray or black and white flashbacks to the 1954 Godzilla, but it was with the 2000 suit.
Those were really fucking cool.
That was cool. They kind of changed they moved the capital of Japan to Osaka after he ravaged Tokyo, which was pretty cool. They just they went through a little bit of history, rewritten history, I guess. I got really fucking bored in the middle chunk of this movie. And then I got pretty excited by the end of it, so.
That's fair. I gotta be honest, I fucking loved this movie.
Really?
I had such a good time with the movie. I don't even know why. Because every time I started, all right, I think this is where I start to get a little, down on the movie here, this one. No, but, but then something would happen that was, I don't know if this is the same part that you were talking about in terms of, being bored. I love the build-up to Megaguirus. Of him creeping around, getting bigger, and the kid bringing the egg into the city, and the kid knowing, oh fuck,
yeah.
and I love that scene. I guess jumping right. So first of all, I love the opening of this, of like the Godzilla 2000 suit in the, like, I like that they use the original like train scene too.
That was so cool.
And yeah, I like the idea that like what brings Godzilla out. I like that there was more of a logic to what brings Godzilla out. Like that it was just that like anytime we use nuclear radiation as a source, he shows up. I love that, and I love that like initial battle with him in the 1996 one in Osaka. Or was it in Osaka? 96, where like the sergeant got killed.
Okay,
I thought that was a really good scene.
That was cool.
Really good rampage. And then I love the build up to Megaguirus, like that scene where he's like creeping around Tokyo and like kills that couple.
That was
I thought
gruesome.
was so fucking like, and that's exactly where like I could tell the alien influence. Like it makes more sense now with the alien influence. And I definitely like, I just loved the different types of monster movies that were going on with this.
There was a lot of influence in it, I think.
Yeah.
That was cool.
No, the human, I think the human characters as a cast, this is a very take it or leave it cast.
Yeah.
This is definitely not high up there. I don't hate them. I'm sorry, somebody's playing very loud music in a parking garage. It's echoing throughout the whole thing. There's no way I think you guys can hear it, but it is
fucking obnoxious. That is so obnoxious. It sounds like Christmas carols or some shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's okay. We're gonna power through it. We're gonna power through it. It's fine. But yeah, like in plot wise, I don't think there's a lot to talk about in terms of like it's there. So at the beginning, when Godzilla attacks in 1996, he shows up and attacks anytime that they try to use nuclear radiation or plasma radiation as a source of power, and he destroys that. And I do really like the idea that like they make it. This Godzilla has changed the fundamentals of how Japan operates.
That was cool. Yeah.
Like I think a lot of the time with like Godzilla movies, they can just kind of be like, history still happens, but Godzilla's just plugged into it.
Yeah.
And I think the idea like this one is like there is a history like structured around the presence of Godzilla. I thought was really cool.
That was cool, because I mean that's something I'd never thought about, like how like they just continue to use nuclear, weapons or reactors or whatever throughout maybe previous Godzilla movies, whereas this one they were like, nah, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done. We're moving our capital city. No more nuclear shit.
Or so you thought. Or so they told you.
You thought.
And then then you get the Megaguirus coming, like that was like the only one like that I like. This is where the plot gets a little convoluted. of like because you're juggling Megaguirus, and then it turns out that there's now a government organization who is creating a black hole cannon of like something to fire a black hole to swallow Godzilla up.
Which also, can I say their name fucking cracks me up.
Was it G-Grabber?
G-Graspers.
G-Graspers. Of all the
all of the words, graspers.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Well, it was like the Kiryu. Oh wait, no, fuck. It's future spoilers. Kiryu. That's a later movie. But like,
wait. No.
But yeah, of all the like the government like G unit or it's even worse than the GCC from last week.
I don't even remember.
The Godzilla containment crew or whatever.
Containment. I don't remember what the hell their name was.
So we're two weeks in a row we have terrible Godzilla group names, and they're getting worse by the movie. So join us next week for that next movie, I guess.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and so you get a lot of different clips of Megaguirus. I guess Megaguirus is a bug. I don't know where to start with Megaguirus. I don't know where to start with Megaguirus. I'm assuming if you're watching this movie, you've seen the movie. I love the build up to Megaguirus of like getting the weird little guy, like that scene. That probably is my favorite scene in the movie. Specifically, is like the couple getting killed. Like with how
that was pretty intense.
Intense it was.
Yeah.
And then like getting all those weird little like the little baby spawns thing. I don't know what they called them. But,
well, they had like 3 different phases or Pokemon evolutions for Megaguirus, and I don't remember any of the other names. It was like Mega, I don't know, something. They were interesting though. They were pretty neat, like the different phases, and it's always cool to see like the evolution of different Godzilla like villains and stuff. So, like Destroya had his like series of different stages and so on. It was pretty neat.
Yeah. And that's actually one big thing of like why I love this movie, of like, you know, one of the, I don't know, like the criticisms of 2000 I had was that like the trying to mix the medias of the practical and the CGI like didn't quite meld at all in 2000. I feel like they did it a lot better here. I think it's aged a little bit poorly, but that's just, you know, unfortunately, like the nature of technology. I thought a lot of the action scenes were interestingly like unique, or like different like turns on like the Godzilla. Like again, there's like at some point Megaguirus like evolves into a bunch of tiny little like fly things, and they attack Godzilla, and there's a whole fight that surrounds that, and I love that fight of like Godzilla just like tail whipping all of them and like using the radiation from his spikes to kill him. I thought that was cool. I loved the scene where they find the husk in the ocean. That was one of the cooler human scenes, I thought, where like they found the husk in the ocean, and they're like, by the way, guys, we have seismic readings and Godzilla's underneath you. And that's a really that is a really you know, with -1 we compare it so much to Jaws. That's a very Jaws moment of like, oh, it's there already. Like you got to get the fuck out of there.
That is true. That's the scene that when I watched it on Pluto a few months ago. That's the one that's where it was at. I just thought that like they had some pretty like fun and unique shots of Godzilla in this movie, and like when he's swimming and like she's on his side spines, you know. That was just cool because it's, I don't know, just like the way that they showed Godzilla. He had a very like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just fun to see Godzilla in different ways, and like he was in, you know, the ocean quite a bit in this one. And there was shots like in the 1996 segment. I don't know, just like it never fails that like when you see people running along the streets and he's rampaging through the streets and passes through an alley or whatever, like it never fails that it always looks awesome and it's fun and exciting and stuff. But I just thought they had some neat angles, like, you know, shooting upwards of looking at Godzilla, and like they mixed all those media as well, like you were talking about earlier, which was neat. I don't think they did the mixing of media that well with Megaguirus in like the final fight, but that's the only like questionable section. Otherwise, it was all done, I thought, pretty well, really, like you said.
I don't disagree. The final fight, we'll spend some time talking about that in a moment here. But like, just I guess everything that leads up to it, I thought was a lot of fun. Like there was a lot of fun moments and unique usages of like like very much playing with the perspective. You know, which, you know, I think as much as we love the Heisei era and we love the Heisei series, I think that is the series where perspective did not fucking matter. Because they're like, there's 5 monsters in every movie. Nothing looks big anymore. They're all just big. You know, I thought they play, you know, kind of returning to a little bit more of a like, scale is a factor. And so before we get into the final fight, because there's like a lot of really cool moments. Another thing I want to shout out is like, I love the scene where Tokyo floods. I love the mixed media there, like using digital and the practical effects, like going under the water and like seeing the actual like
that was
practical
really
city
cool.
under the water. Looked really cool. I kind of wish the final fight was there.
I think it would have been awesome.
I think it would be really cool. I think that's the one thing I was like, for some reason I thought the final fight was gonna be there. I was a little bummed it wasn't, but like, that might have been one of my favorite segments of the movie, when like they're in the flooded, you know, city of Tokyo, and like they do that use an underwater drone. And then they get the reveal of all the fucking like
all
egg
the eggs
sacks. It's like, oh,
that was a very cool and well done portion of the movie. That was probably one of my favorite parts. Honestly.
And so then getting kind of cutting to later, the reveal of the final form of like Megaguirus. What do you think of Megaguirus? Because I love the look of Megaguirus, because like that first because there's like a full practical look of him.
Yeah.
And that one I think is awesome because he like looks like this weird mixture of like Orga, Destroya, and Batra all shoved into one monster.
Kinda,
and he looks creepy as fuck. And like I thought the look was great.
I like it. I think he's cool. He's menacing looking, but I think he like is just kind of a Dollar General version of Batra.
Okay, I don't disagree. I get where you're coming from there.
No, I think as his own. I mean, like, I think he is pretty menacing though. He's a cool, unique looking bug creature.
Yeah.
Like, they kept calling him a dragonfly, so I don't know if he's like some variation of a dragonfly. And also, it seemed like he was a prehistoric creature that was like in a book, and I guess just like, you know, mutated by the radiation, by the black hole, or the radiation from the black hole.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, that reminds me. I was gonna like say, did they just fucking shoot a school with the black hole thing in the beginning of the movie? Not the beginning, early on in the movie. When they tested it the first time.
I think so.
Because like that little kid was just trotting down the street. You know, he was going to return his box of bugs, and they had like the road shut off or whatever. But there was a sign that pointed towards, I think it said school, or something along those lines. And then it cuts to them like in like the military little setup, and they have everything blocked off and all their goggles and shit, and they test the black hole gun, which seems kind of dangerous anyway.
Yeah.
So just let a black hole loose on Earth.
The concept of a black hole gun is so fucking crazy.
But then like they just launched it at this random ass building.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking. Yeah, but yeah, I think they shot us.
And he was just like walking to his school to take the book or the box of bugs back, and then he's like, "Oh,
you're just gone.
My school's gone."
Yeah,
may not have been a school. I don't really know. But
I think it was a school. It was fucked up.
It was kind of fucked up.
But
they're like their way to like block off like, oh, you can't come this way is like a couple jeeps and like some signs and shit.
Yeah,
they're testing a fucking black hole.
A black hole.
Like, nah. You can't.
You know, you gotta think. Japan geographically is not as big as the U.S. You know, U.S. can use all of New Mexico to test their gamma bombs and all that, true, but you know, they only have what they can, what they can use. But yeah, I do like Megaguirus getting into I guess the quote unquote final fight, which isn't really even the final fight.
True.
What did he? I did not think I was gonna like the Megaguirus fight at first. When it started off and Megaguirus was doing those like zooming around thing, I was like, oh no,
I know,
this is not gonna be great. But I thought they recovered really well.
They did.
And then like there was so much personality in this fight, and I kind of have a hot take, Wyatt. I think I like this fight better than 2000.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Because this one is so ridiculous. Like, what I love about these Godzilla in 2000 and Megaguirus, and why I do think they should be lumped together, of like, they have the aesthetic of a Heisei era or like a much serious or like gnarlier Godzilla movie, but they're so Showa.
I know.
In what they do.
It's so great. It's like a perfect blend of both.
Like, this Godzilla is still doing the like, if Megaguirus is not right in front of him, he's still doing the like, what type shit. Like,
he's so confused.
He's so confused.
I'm sorry.
No, you go. Take it.
I was just gonna say his expressions are just like they're just done so like comically, but so I think done well though. Like you can like he moves around fluidly and stuff, but it is kind of comically like he's like, oh, where did he go? And he's like right behind him. Yeah. But I think
in that moment, it turns out Godzilla was playing him.
He was playing him.
He's
not as goofy as he looks.
There's so many. God, that's what I love about this fight, because like the moment you start talking about it, you're like, oh, there's a bunch that happens. Yeah. And like at the beginning, they do kind of the usual flying creature against Godzilla, where he's like zooming around him and then knocks him over, and that's kind of where I was like, all right, I don't love these fights. Like, you know, I think the one we get in Mothra, the first one, the 64 one, I know we had problems with that one. The 92 one, we thought was a much better fight because it is. It's so fucking good.
So good. Which, actually, interesting. This is in the same spot. I assume because it's in Osaka and the Ferris wheel's there. That.
Oh.
Yeah, what did Batra throw that at Godzilla? Or
yeah, Batra threw it at Godzilla.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Well, there you go. It's now a sequel to 2000 and Godzilla vs. Megaguirus. No, fuck. Godzilla vs. Megaguirus is not. Okay.
Godzilla vs. Megaguirus is a sequel to Godzilla vs. Megaguirus. Newsflash.
I guess throw moments out there. Like, okay, I did love the moment where Godzilla gets knocked out under the building.
Oh yeah.
And there's like a weird pyramid above him.
That's such a. And
then,
is that a real building?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think so.
I hope it is though.
And then Megaguirus just knocks it down.
I know. He's like, ha.
And then was waiting for him, and then Godzilla just randomly goes up.
That was such a weird. It's like he was Mechagodzilla that had boosters on his side.
Yeah.
He just lifted himself up. But no, I think I had the exact same thought as you. Like when that fight started, I was not really feeling it at all, and I thought to myself like, oh, I'm not really digging this. And then I think within like a minute that totally flopped around, and then the fight is really fun.
Really fun. I will say, I think the moment is when he gets stabbed the first time.
Yeah.
So Megaguirus has like a weird stinger thing, and he like stabs it in Godzilla's tummy, and starts just like absorbing his energy or whatever.
That happens a lot to Godzilla.
It happens a lot, and then like in this one they hang on it in a really weird way. It's just there's so I don't want to make any jokes about it, but there's a real phallic feeling to it, and it looks like Godzilla's a little too into it for my taste for this one, because he stands there for a second and lets it happen, but Godzilla's not like,
oh no.
I don't know. I'm not saying anything. You take it from here.
So yeah, with that, he gets stabbed again later.
He starts getting sucked off again.
God damn it. You know what? I'm not even gonna try that. I like that like Godzilla has picked up on what he's doing, and he seems to pick up on it pretty quick, and then he dodges down and cuts like Megaguirus' hand off with his spines, but it was that like just fucking awesome. Like Megaguirus flies at him, Godzilla kneels or bends over. You hear something hit, but don't see what happens. Then he stands up, turns around, does that like stoic like look back at what's going on, and then the fucking hand falls or the claw falls off. It was so cool.
Yeah, it's like the moment in like a cartoon or an anime when someone like goes, and the person like slides in half. It's really fucking cool.
So fucking cool.
But then I keep wanting to say Batra. But Megaguirus starts boxing the shit out of Godzilla.
He does.
Like gets him really like literally. It's just like ba 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 ba. Like,
with his one fucking hand.
With his one hand, and then
he tries to like fly. He's trying to fly at Godzilla, and Godzilla dodges. Like he's gonna stab him again. You know, he dodges, and then Godzilla like, which I thought was really cool. Like whips his tail around Megaguirus' tail, fucking slams his ass and throws him.
Yes,
that shit was so cool.
And then he takes the fucking stinger and sticks it in the ground, and we get a fucking belly flop from Godzilla. This is, you know what's funny? Because I've seen this GIF before.
I've seen it too.
And I never knew what it was from. And then I was like, ow!
I had the same exact reaction.
It was so fucking cool.
The way Godzilla like plopped his ass in the ground and like kind of stood there and just stared at him. Like I thought he was fixing to box him, you know? Like, like do some like Heisei like, or Showa like, you know.
Muhammad Ali.
Start boxing his ass.
But no. Eddie Guerrero.
He came off the fucking top rope at him, man. Like, it was so cool.
It was so fucking cool. And then the fucking way it ends, the final, like, you think, dude, and the way they cut it too is so fucking awesome. of like Megaguirus like goes at like dives at Godzilla and then like tries to sting him in the mouth. And then they like hold on it for a second it looks like it got him.
It did. It looked like oh fuck, like Godzilla just got like stabbed in the mouth.
And then they cut Godzilla's biting the shit. Dude, that was the moment that I was like, oh, I fucking love this movie.
It was pretty good.
This is like I'm almost embarrassed how high this has jumped up on my Godzilla list of like just how fucking crazy they've like the crazy shit they committed to in this movie. And then he hits Megaguirus with another atomic breath and destroys his ass.
He hits him twice. Like the first time he's just on fire and kind of floating there, and then he hits his ass again, and then he's just like eviscerated. Yeah. And it's wonderful.
It's really cool, but there's still like 20 minutes left in the movie.
I know. I paused the movie and I was like, there's no fucking way there's 20 minutes left.
But we get a really cool little rampage.
We do.
And it turns out that the government was in fact lying, if you can believe it. Wow. And they were still using nuclear power without telling people and endangered the entire science center. And then how does this movie fucking end, Wyatt?
Well, the stupid scientist guy or government guy gets punched, which was cool.
Yes.
But then they send or I can't remember her name. I am so sorry. The main character, she flies her craft thing up to the sky as the black hole satellite is now falling towards Earth. She launches out.
One moment I do want to call out before we get to that is there's a moment that Furious 7 ripped off from this movie 15 years before The Rock ever flexed it out of his own cast. Was that 7 or 8?
I think it was.
That was 7.
I think it was 6.
That he flexes it. Oh, you're right. It is 6. Yeah. Because wait, which one does he fight Statham? That would be 7. He fights Statham in 7.
Who's in 6 then? Who's the villain in 6?
6 is the original Shaw.
You're right.
So 7 is when he fights. So
7 is
Daddy's got to go to work.
Yeah.
So, anyways, there's a fucking nerd in this movie who does the same thing. He rips off his cast to do computer stuff.
Yeah.
Not as cool as in Furious 7, but I don't know. I just wanted to make a joke that 15 years before The Rock ever did it, and this guy who's working on computers did it.
This little guy wearing was he wearing a Cubs hat?
Yeah, he was wearing a Cubs hat the whole time.
But anyway.
Anyways, back to what we were talking about.
Yeah, they at the last possible second, the black hole gun before it like melts away and disintegrates in the atmosphere as it's falling back to Earth, launches a black hole at Godzilla and
gets his ass.
Godzilla fucking
shoots his atomic breath.
Shoots his breath at the black hole,
and
it makes for some great visuals.
Yeah,
and then he's gone.
I'm
in a flash.
I was a little disappointed that he was gone.
You didn't watch the end credits?
So I know. So wait, is there an after credits?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch the after credits.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. They do the whole like, oh, there was some seismic activity. What would happen if Godzilla, like before the credits roll?
I saw that.
Yeah, but there's a scene at the very end of the movie, the very end of the credits. I fast forwarded all the way through. It's like a 30-second scene or some shit, but it's like the little kid's like doing his shit on a desk or whatever, like he's just hanging out or whatever, and then like shit starts shaking and rocking and stuff, and then Godzilla like roars.
Oh, that's cool.
And then it cuts. But so he made it. He beat a black hole not once but twice in this movie.
But twice.
They tried to blow him up, poison him, freeze him, drop him in a volcano.
The freezing him worked.
I guess it did kind of work, yeah. Drop him in a volcano and now shoot a fucking black hole at him,
and none
of it's working
except the freezing. But the freezing was a little bit. He was already dying. There's an asterisk.
I guess the oxygen destroyer did get him, but you know.
Yeah. So they got him on the first try, but all the other tries. And with that. Kind of going to all of our thoughts. I don't really have any final thoughts. I don't know about you, Wyatt. Other than that, I just had a good fucking time with this one. And I think this one's going to rank surprisingly high.
Yeah, I guess for like any final thoughts that I had, I think it's a really fun one, and I'm glad that I've finally seen it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to rank as high for me because the highlight of this movie is like the very end fight.
Yeah.
Well, okay, the very beginning and the very end, and it felt to me like most of the middle, with a few exceptions, was kind of a little bit of a drag.
That's fair. But with that, Wyatt, there's only one way to find out where this ranks.
That's right.
And that's by ranking the motherfucker.
That's right.
So where are we at right now with the rankings?
So, see how long it takes me to get through this. At number 29, the bottom of the barrel is Godzilla from 1998. 28 is Godzilla Raids Again. 27 is Godzilla's Revenge. 26 is Son of Godzilla. 25 is Return of Godzilla. 24 is Terror of Mechagodzilla. 27 is Godzilla vs. Megalon. 22 is Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster. 21 is Invasion of the Astro Monster. Number 20 is Godzilla vs. King Kong from 1962, or King Kong vs. Godzilla, I guess technically. 19 is Godzilla vs. Kong from 2021. 18 is Godzilla 2014. 17 is Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah from 91. 16 is Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster, or Ibra, Horror of the Deep. Number 15 is Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. Number 14 is Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. Number 13, Destroy All Monsters. 12, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. 11, Godzilla vs. Gigan. 10, Godzilla vs. Biollante. 9, GXK The New Empire. 8, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. Number 7 is Godzilla vs. Mothra, The Battle for Earth. Number 6, Godzilla 2000. Number 5, Godzilla from 1954, the original. Number 4, Godzilla vs. Mothra from 1962. Number 3 is Godzilla King of the Monsters from 2019. Number 2 is Godzilla vs. Destroyer. And number 1 is Godzilla -1.
Hell yeah. So I think I already have an idea of where I want this to rank.
Okay.
I'll let you go first, because I think... Or do you have any idea, or do you want to hear mine first? How do you want to do this?
You go ahead and go first, because I'm
Okay.
not totally set.
So I'm between two spots.
Okay.
They're very similar spots. I'm either at number 9, above GXK, or right below GXK. But in that realm, because I feel like I have very similar feelings to all of those. Gigan, Biollante, GXK, and this movie, I think are all really fun, have a lot of really cool moments, but have a lot of flaws too. And so I think I want to edge it. I think this barely edges out GXK for me. But GXK has the moment with the nunchuck ape.
The nunchuck ape?
Where King Kong uses the other ape as a fucking weapon. So okay, I think this is gonna be one below GXK, right above Biollante.
Okay. So I think I was gonna put this. Oh God, you're gonna not like this one. Right below 2014. So it would be number 19 for me.
So it's a really big disagreement.
really different.
This might be our. Do you think this is our biggest disagreement in rankings?
It might be pretty close.
Okay.
Because I only got like really excited for the beginning and then like the very end. And
Okay, that's fair. Well, if you don't know, when we have a disagreement like this, Wyatt cries till he gets his way, so that's why there's so many of his.
Incorrect.
we do rock, paper, scissors to see who wins.
And I usually win.
Wyatt has won most of them. I've won the more important ones, but he's won most of them.
Sea Monster should still be higher.
It should not. It should be higher than. Hold on. Okay, if we're having this conversation, it should not be higher than.
It should be higher.
Oh yeah. It also should not be higher than Godzilla, the King Ghidorah 91. I say night.
Oh, it absolutely should be higher than that movie.
we're gonna go in circles here. So, with that, if we don't, if you don't know when we disagree, we play rock paper scissors. Real simple, rock paper scissors shoot, 1 round, and whoever wins gets their way. So, rock paper scissors shoot. Fuck you piece of shit. God damn it. Okay. All right. So now the ranking is Godzilla. The ranking at number 1 is Godzilla -1. At number 2, Godzilla vs. Destroyer. At number 3, Godzilla King of the Monsters from 2019. At number 4, Godzilla vs. Mothra from 1962, or Mothra vs. Godzilla.
Yeah.
At number 5, we have the original Godzilla from 1954. We have at number 6, Godzilla 2000. At number 7, we have Godzilla vs. Mothra Battle for Earth. At number 8, we have Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. At number 9, we have GXK, The New Empire. At number 10, we have Godzilla vs. Biollante. At number 11, we have Godzilla vs. Gigan. At number 12, we have Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. At number 13, we have Destroy All Monsters. At number 14, we have Ghidorah, the Three-Headed Monster. At number 15, we have Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. At number 16, we have Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster. At number 17, we have Godzilla King Ghidorah 91. And at number 18, we have Godzilla 2014. And just below that, at number 19, we now have Godzilla vs. Megaguirus. At number 20, we have Godzilla vs. Kong from 2021. At number 21, we have Godzilla vs. King Kong from 1962. At number 22, we have Invasion of the Astro Monster. At number 23, we have Godzilla vs. Hedorah, or the Smog Monster. At number 24, we have Godzilla vs. Megalon. At number 25, we now have Terror of Mechagodzilla. At number 26, we have Return of Godzilla. At number 27, right? Number 27, we have Son of Godzilla. At number 28, we have Godzilla's Revenge. At number 29, we have Godzilla Raids Again. And all the way at the bottom for the 30th time, or well, it's not the bottom for the 30th time, but at number 30, we have Godzilla, the American remake from 1998.
Where it belongs.
Where it belongs. That was an agreement, right? We didn't have to rock paper.
No, that was a very easy agreement.
Yeah, we agreed on that one. So, with that, I believe next on the list we have Godzilla, King Destroyer. No.
King Destroyer.
Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Mothra, Monsters All Out Attack. Why, I know you haven't seen this one.
I have not.
I am so fucking excited for you to watch this one.
I'm very excited.
I have not watched this one. Well, actually, I've watched this one within the last year. This is another one I have a lot of history with. Super excited. Super don't. Okay.
What did he say?
Super pumped. He's super pumped. But before you see that one come out, we're also going to have another review for Captain America: Brave New World.
Brave New World.
Brave New World coming up around the same time as this one. So check that one out too. And yeah, fucking.
Speaking of that, we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Our showing is starting just a few minutes.
Yes. Anyways, that's why we're in a car right now, because we're recording this before we go watch the new Captain America.
Yeah.
We're gonna come out, record for the new Captain America, and you'll see both of those videos kind of around the same time. We just thank you. I don't know what to say. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along for all of that. Until then, we gotta get back to nerding out.
Thank you. We gotta go.